Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Poetry's Paradise. I am your host, King Atterbury, and I am here today with my special guest, Lavina, Poetic, Empress. How you
Hello, love. How you guys doing tonight?
doing? I mean, everything good. Everything good.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's
Word.
what's up.
So what's good with you? I mean, so
Everything is good.
everything is good. All right. Well, how about we let everybody know who you are, who you be, and what's going on.
Hello, loves. My supreme blackness is 360 degrees of shade and 100% light. I am balanced just right. Ma'at. Shade to cool and light to lead. Let me introduce myself. I am Lavina, poetic empress, goddess rising. I'm coming at you with truth. Now taste this. Brothers and sisters, be careful how you tread in this world of philosophies, doctrine, scientific equations, financial formulas, self motivation, dietary lifestyles, and secret societies that run the world, especially when the knowledge is wrapped in the desirable package of the male and female persuasion. You will be led astray, run amok, used, and abused, wondering why you cannot break free from this thing you thought was good for you. You see, seduction articulated, yes, expressed, uttered, ever so assertively, keeps one longing for more, anticipating the text, the call, the face to face, of which brings you deeper under the power of seduction to the point of mind control. And please make no mistake, the fall of nations, the near extinction of humans, and slavery has played major parts in history, proving the power of seduction, leading people to perform unthinkable acts against humanity. Therefore, brothers and sisters, be careful the seduction of words, for it is one of the greatest weapons of manipulation. Ashe, thank you.
Shit, that was beautiful. Thank you for that nice, wonderful, and amazing introduction. One of a
Yeah.
kind, mastermind.
I like that.
so,
One of a
so,
kind mastermind.
yeah, you already know what it is. So, Lavina, where are you from? You know what I mean?
I am from the tri state area in Delaware.
Okay.
Um, I live in the city. That's why, well, I don't think we started yet because the fire engines were going off, the sirens. But
Yeah.
I live in the city. Um, so not for like 2 hours from New York, 20, like a half an hour from Philadelphia. Yeah,
Okay.
tri-state area.
That's what's
Mhm.
up. So,
Yeah,
Delaware's in the house.
yeah,
Delaware's in the building. You know what I
that's
mean?
what's up.
So,
Hmm.
I want to get busy with the intro of what brought you into the poetry world?
I
Where
got
did
my
it start? How did it start? Let us know.
I got my feelings hurt by this guy, and I actually didn't even know I was writing poetry. I intended to cuss his tail out. I was writing a letter, and after I finished writing, I looked at it. I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is so not a cuss out God." So it turned out to be something beautiful, and I kept writing. And 4 books later, I have
Mm,
Deepest Thoughts by Lavina,
all right.
Expressions by Lavina,
Mm,
Emotional by Lavina,
all right.
and My Dirty Little Secret. All
Mm,
4 books are available at a taste of Lavina Poetic Empress shop or on Amazon. And the clothing line. So out of the heartbreak or the hurt feelings came a lot. Supreme blackness. And I told you
okay.
about always choose to love yourself more. Set the world on fire just by being you. Move something, do something. And I think that's and you got to do something to get something.
All
So
right.
that's what's on the tees and the, well, I call it gear and attire because I'm not just selling t-shirts and hoodies. I also sell, nice items that you can go out in and, you
All right,
know,
that's what's up.
pick it
I
up.
mean,
Yeah.
like that, one of those apparels. I mean, yeah.
Yes. Yes. So, um, and I write about basically my life experiences, but people can relate to that. It's an ongoing process. It's a growing process, a maturing process. You find out, it's also a way you can find out things about yourself, about who you are and what you want in this world and what you come to give to the world, because everybody comes here with a purpose. So mine's is to encourage, build up, inspire, and speak that truth.
I hear you
You
on that.
know,
That's
yeah,
what's up. That is
yeah.
what's up. So I see you got four in the chamber. I mean,
You said I
so
have a ball
no,
in the chamber.
four in the chamber, meaning four books.
Oh yes,
Yeah, four
yes,
books out there. Four in the chamber.
yes. I started writing in 2015.
Mhm.
Um, and like I said, I didn't intend to do it because the only thing I really knew about poetry was that movie. Um,
Love
not
Jones.
poetic. Say that again.
Love Jones.
Yes, exactly. So that was writing it and then being moved by Divine and saying speak it. I was like, what? So, but hey, when
So how was the
Divine,
feel of that
what you
first
said,
creation?
yes. So, it was a surprise to me because I did hair for like 28 years. And I didn't ever think I would stop doing hair. At least not, at least I didn't think I would stop doing hair and do something else. I thought, because we're kind of conditioned to think that you get that one gift and that's it. But that's such a lie. You can do anything you want to do, anything you set your heart to. You can learn anything. But please let it be according to life giving. But you can
Yeah,
literally do anything you want to do.
yeah, I dig you on that.
All you got to
So
do is pick up a book and read, or like I said, Divine gives us the ability to do things.
I'll say, so how was the experience when you started moving from the first book to the second and third and fourth? What was that experience like?
Well, the experience is, well, if you read the book, there's some items, some poems in the book of things that I went through. Losing my mother. Um, at one point, I was really strong in the church. And um, as a matter of fact, my cousin and one of my really good friends were two people. Now, this is no um, disrespect to anyone. Or if you're in church and you believe in Jesus, continue on your path. But evidently, Divine had a different path for me because they came and pointed out some truths about Jesus not being real and all of this, and they had evidence. And the more I started, because I would always study the Bible and pull out my concordance and dictionary, but then I began to study what they were saying after I got over being hurt and angry. Hurt and angry because they kind of dropped the bombs on me and then left. I was like, who does this?
Yeah.
So we're going through that process, and I'm still learning. I'm like, I see myself in the beginning stages of learning sacred science. Of the sciences are ancestors from Kemet, Kush, the Dogon, and all of those taught in the beginnings of time. I'm still freshly learning. But I'm glad because for the longest time, I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere because I didn't know our original beginnings.
Mm.
Um, so when I started, studying and listening to some videos and things of that nature, and especially when this man, Infodishi Jahutimas, he was teaching, and he was saying that we were born divine, not in sin. I was like, excuse me? I was like, you mean all this time I've been going around feeling guilty and, just like this heavy load on my shoulders. I wasn't born a sinner. I was born divine. What? And my life has changed tremendously with finding out that truth. So for me, it was very important to learn about, our ancestors, our primordial ancestors, about the energies and things of that nature. And like I said, I'm still learning. I do not know everything. But so it's going to be the continuation of my life. I'm going to continue to study and grow stronger and whatnot. And I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, that's what's.
Thankful.
I
Yeah.
mean, you have to be. You know what I'm saying? You have to be strong within your own self. I
Yeah.
mean, and
That.
always carry your own power pack. I
Mhm.
mean,
Come on now.
you
I like the way you talk.
mini generator,
Mhm. Mhm.
calibrate your thoughts and everything like that. That's
Yeah.
still on the power of poetry. I mean, able to generate what's within the unseen. I mean, it's
Mhm.
stability amongst the world. I mean, when
Right.
they read it, they'll feel it. I mean,
Right.
so.
Right.
So, and you definitely got some dope poetry. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely be digging your poetry. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
I've
you.
indulged. I think I have the book Deep Thoughts.
Mhm.
I believe that's the one I have. Hold on, let's see.
The very first poem in there is the very first poem I wrote. Um, God is.
Yeah, first poem is the first poem.
Um, can I give a taste of that?
Yep, please do.
This is a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress, coming at you. I am the sun to your rise, the up to your down, the in. Oh, Lord, please forgive me because it's been so long since I did that poem. I need to start over. And I know I could have continued because you guys don't know how the poem go, but I do. I'm kind of not a perfectionist, but I do things in decency and order. I am the sun to your rise, the in to your out, the up to your down, the yes to your no, the black to your white, the beat to your heart, the search to your look, the quench to your desire, and the mate to your soul. But God is the love to your pain, the joy to your heart, the strength to your weakness, the peace to your soul, the light to your darkness, and the source to your life. God, God, and God alone is peace.
Right. All right. You definitely be hitting it way
Thank
out the park.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
enjoy reading your book. I'm not quite done yet. I always like to take my time reading, so I enjoy it, understand it, and know it. I mean,
Mhm.
like, that's what it's all about. The vibes. You know what I'm saying? So, what outside of poetry? What else do you have going on? Like, told us about your apparel and everything like that. Like, give us Lavina uncut.
That that is me. That's what I do because I sometimes I will go and party because my niece is in an organization where they help the community by doing fundraisers. So they throw parties and people pay to come to the parties. And so I support her. So sometimes I go out and get my little dance on because I love dancing. I used to take an African dance class.
Yeah,
Um, I hang out with my son, with my sister. It's all about, family
yeah,
for me. Um, I don't I'm not into the rah rah anymore. You're not gonna. Uh, I'm not gonna be caught up in the he said, she said, or I don't know. For me, peace and getting to continuing to get to know who I am. And another reason that is, I've been married 3 times. So, first boyfriend, that's the first person I married. We met when I was 14. So being married 3 times, you kind of don't get to know who you are,
Mm,
truly. So that right now, that's the journey,
yeah.
knowing me. So, and when I'm discovering about myself, I'm like, yo, what? It would have been so nice, but I'm glad I'm learning it now, learning who I am now. But I'm like, if I would have been raised in the teachings, in the knowledge, in the wisdom, in the truth,
Mhm.
in the, knowing the energy and the, oh my goodness, like our correlation with the planets, with the sun, the moon, with the earth. Back then, mm,
I feel you on that.
you understand what I'm saying? But I am so thankful now. I'm thankful that I'm in health, in my right state of mind, that I'm able to learn, to continue to read and discover, what's going on. And please, people out there, in your journey of learning who you are, be careful, because every person out there teaching doesn't have your best interest at heart. So just be mindful, and ask spirit that's in you, should you either go here or go there? Should you be even listening to this person? And things of that nature. It's about always choosing to love yourself more. You got to protect you first if you want to protect anybody else or help anyone else, love anyone else. Everything starts with you.
Right.
So
True
please
indeed.
keep that in mind on your journey. And whichever route you take in, keep in mind to put you first and to always seek your higher self for guidance.
I have one
So
question. Your
go ahead.
pen, how do you exploit the use of your pen when you're writing your poetry?
Well, the thing is, I've discovered, like, some years ago, when I was younger, I would always, and I enjoyed tearing people down. But the more I learned about myself, I learned that I'm supposed to build people up, encourage people. And I also learned at a very young age that I cannot lie. I was like, oh, I would just get caught. So I was like, Spirit is like, so don't do it, you know? so, so
Yeah.
bringing truth, that's a big thing with me, telling people the truth. But I even with that, I used to just blurt stuff out. Now I do it in a loving, kind way. And if I'm feeling that they cannot handle it, they're not ready or in a place to receive it, I won't even say anything.
Gotcha.
So, like I said, it's a process and that's just what, like, with my poetry. And like I said, it's really, I write poetry. Most of the time, it's my experiences,
Mhm.
and people can relate to it.
Right.
Just like, in all my books, I do put 3 or 4 poems of, um, erotic, 3 or 4 erotic poems in my book. And for a long time, I was like rigid when it came to that, because the church frowns so much upon sex and you got to be married and blah, blah, blah. But sex is something to be enjoyed. It's also, I don't want to go, I'm not going to go into how you can use it to manifest things, but sex is definitely a good thing. Don't go around having sex with anybody, because you want to be connected to the person. You and the person want to be on the same page,
Right.
having the same thoughts, want to manifest the same things in life. You're gonna want greater, and respecting each other is important.
True indeed.
So, I always put a couple of erotic poems in, because there's sex is a good thing, and it it feels great, when you're doing it with someone you're attracted to and all that good stuff, you know.
Well, it's always
So,
good to be able to, write within different genres. You know what I mean? Of
yeah,
course,
it is.
I'm saying have
Yeah.
that diversity and be like, unleash. You know what I mean? go this way.
Mhm.
It's like being a tap dancer. I mean, there's different taps to the tap. I mean,
Yes,
so
it's different taps to the tap.
that's what's
Yeah,
up. Give
yes.
people what they want and what they don't want, but also they'll receive and check things out. I mean,
You right, because I write, poetry. It's something in there for everyone.
right.
It's something in there for women, uplifting, and I also wrote a short poem about being raped before. And it took me a very long time to do that. Well, first I had to admit that I was raped. I when it happened, I didn't tell anybody. I just buried it. And so, like I said, poetry wasn't just for me to write for other people. It healed me also. And I remember when Divine said for me to write about it, I was like, no, I bust out in tears. And I didn't write everything, of course, that happened, but I told enough to let women know um, it can be expressed, and to make people who do that to women think about where it leaves the woman or the man or the boy or the little girl, because it affects you. And it was through me reciting the poem that healing came. And I remember the funny thing about that is healing came. I think it was last year. I have a show called Always Choose to Love Yourself More. And um, one of the brothers, he's a poet. Oh my goodness, it's a shame that his name is Aiti, Prince Aiti, I believe that's how you say his name. But he's been on my show before, and he was on the show just in the audience listening, and I did the poem, and I didn't even realize how I was still being affected because this happened when I was in my 20s. I'm so way past 20, you guys. And when I did the poem, I started crying, and he just released some kind words, typing in some kind words, and stayed on the whole show to make sure I was okay. I thought that was amazing and beautiful because for me, I've always, in spite of being hurt, in relationships and things of that nature,
Yeah,
or what I've gone through with my dad, I love black men. I love men, period. But you're my brothers. You understand what I'm saying? So I got a special place in my heart for you guys. And for him to do that, it just reaffirmed and that you guys love us too, and that I can trust my brothers. You understand what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
we really do need you guys. You guys need us too. But
yeah.
and this isn't even where I'm coming from right at this moment. It's not about relationship. This
Right.
is about kinship.
Yeah,
Okay. We need one another, and I hope that the sisters realize that and the brothers also realize we need one another. Period.
yeah. We all have
Feminine,
to be active.
go ahead. I was going to say feminine and masculine energy was brought forth in the earth for procreation. And when I say procreate, I'm not just talking about man and woman because the feminine and masculine energy goes beyond the flesh. But in order to manifest in the flesh, that those two energies balance each other out and bring forth, whether it's a plant, animals, and for things of that nature. And I know there are some animals that can procreate without, the counterpart, but that feminine and masculinity is extremely important in the, in the earth. It goes, like I said, it goes beyond just being male and female because it's energy, and those energies we have both energies in us, masculine and feminine energy, and we balance them out. That's why sometimes you'll find some women might have more masculine energy than feminine, and vice versa with the men. They might have more feminine energy than the masculine, and they tend to be attracted to the opposite energy. And that's a lot of times why people end up, wanting to be with the same sex. Now, that's what I understand from studying and get from divine spirit. I'm not arguing. I'm not going to fight with nobody or try to prove anybody wrong, but that's the wisdom that I've been given. So I don't care if somebody's gay or not. Even before I found this out, I don't care if you're gay or not. Are you respectful? Do you consider other people? Can we relate to one another? That's what I'm concerned about.
Right.
Not, I don't care if you're gay or straight or bisexual, trisexual. That's your business. You understand? I respect them. And I respect all who respects me. Okay, I've said a mouthful.
So, Lavina, can you drop
Yeah.
another poem on us? I mean,
No, that's it.
that's all you got?
No, it's not all I got. I got
I'm
four
gonna
books,
the cut.
but I had to learn my value and not give up everything. It's just like, a woman go out to the club, she got all her skin out. No, hold that back, honey. Cover that up. Give them something to want. Give them something to look forward to. Give them something to thirst for.
So, do you have any other projects coming forth, like down the road, like for the future?
I do, but I gotta find a venue, in the right date. And I really don't like doing stuff during the summer. And really, I should have done something in March, but honey, we had a cold winter and I was chillaxing and relaxing a little too much. So I didn't prepare for it.
Yeah.
But this year, yes, I'm gonna do a Always Choose to Love Yourself More campaign. It's gonna be a give back. I'm gonna give away t-shirts. And it's gonna be an lecture to encourage women and men, whoever walks in the building. And that usually the give back is free. I
Oh,
don't
that's what's
charge for that, you know.
up.
But if when I have my poetry events, I usually charge $10. That price might go up a little bit, but yes. And another poetry show is coming, and I'm going to hit up some open mics, during that time.
Okay,
So,
that's what's up.
and I usually take pictures or go live, when I do an open mic.
Hey, that's dope. Man,
Yeah,
that's
because you got to give a shout out to the venue, to the promoters.
yeah. Get busy out there with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm
up
gonna
that
tell you,
door.
I love performing on stage. I'm like, it just, I can't even describe. It's like I go somewhere else. Like, well, a friend of mine said, that's because you be in the zone. So, well, let's go to the zone, baby, because
That's
it's
what's
truly amazing. Yes, yes.
here I have it. You know what I'm saying? Lavina, poetic empress, at your door right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have any last words for the people out there? You know what I'm saying? Let them know what's up, what it is.
Listen, one thing I can tell you, whatever you've been going to bed with, waking up to the ideal. You have an idea to prosper, an ideal to help people, an ideal to create something. Pursue that ideal. You're not crazy. And, divine gives us downloads. That's what it is called in the community, downloads.
Okay.
And they're ideals for you to accomplish what you desire to accomplish in this earth. Don't concern yourself. Well, you didn't go to school for this, you didn't go to school for that. It doesn't matter. It's in you. Everything good and worthy of praise is in you to do.
Right.
So do it. You've been wanting to go to school, you've been wanting to write a book, you've been wanting to um go out and talk to people to inspire them, do it. It's in you. You sleep with it at night. You wake up to it in the morning. You at lunch, you in this, in the supermarket or whatever. The thought comes up over you.
Yeah.
That's what you should be pursuing and doing. Don't uh, rob yourself of the life that you desire, because all of the life you desire is wrapped up in all of your ideals and your gifts and your talents and things of that nature. Okay, so take, instead of looking out here, always look inside, always communicate with you. You understand? And that requires you just being quiet. Just be quiet and looking within. cl- Close your eyes and allow your higher self to speak to yourself,
Yeah.
and you'll have all that you desire according to life.
That's right. I know that's right.
Yes.
Here,
Thank
here
you.
y'all have it. Shay. Here y'all have it. Well, look, check it out. We're gonna check everybody out with the following episode. Click like and subscribe to the VIVE131 YouTube channel, and we'll catch y'all on the next flip. Y'all have
Ooh,
a
can I say one more thing? I apologize. I
Right.
could be found on every platform. Just type in Lavina Poetic Empress or Google Lavina Poetic Empress, and you'll find me on the platforms that I am on.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sorry about that, Lavina. But yeah, so here y'all have it. Y'all can check out Lavina on all these platforms and follow her and go out there and cop the books. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
won't be disappointed. You know what I mean? We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Thank you.
All right. Until next time. So, stay tuned. We out of here.